TikTok app opening on a phone, clips of congressional hearings, headlines, algorithm under investigation, TikTok app election influence, lawmakers demand answers. TikTok, the app that dominates Gen Z's screen time, is now dominating headlines in Washington. With the 2024 election cycle still fresh in the national memory, lawmakers are investing how the TikTok's algorithm may influence political discourse and whether it's subtle, shaping what millions of Americans see, think, and vote for. TikTok in the hot seat, algorithm influence and regulation. Why the algorithm matters. People scrolling through TikTok clips of political videos, influencers discussing election issues. At the center of the storm, TikTok for You page powered by a proprietary algorithm that decided which content gets boosted. Critics say the system has may amplify Persian messages, suppresses opposing views, and even manipulate public opinion during election cycle, often without users realizing it. Tech policy experts say that what you see on TikTok is not random. It's curated based on your behavior, and that gives the platform immense power to shape political narratives. A recent Belarusian Senate report found the political content on TikTok surged 80% in 2024, with some accounts receiving millions of views in hours, often without disclosure of funding or origin. Congressional action heats up. Capitol Hill hearings, Senator gleaning tech executives, TikTok's USCO testifying. Now a Persian group of lawmakers is demanding answers. At a Senate Commerce Committee hearing last week, TikTok's USCO was pressed about content moderation policies, algorithmic transparency, and possible foreign influence. Senator Amy Klobuchar said that we need to know how who's behind the content being pushed to our kids and voters and whether it's driven by facts or manipulation. TikTok insists its US operations are firewalled from Chinese influence and says its algorithm merely reflects user preference, not political agendas. TikTok US spokesperson said that we need to promote or demote political viewpoints. Our algorithm is built for engagement, not ideology. But some lawmakers are not convinced, especially amid growing fears about foreign disinformation campaigns and AI-generated political content forwarding platforms. New regulation on the horizon. Legislation being introduced, social media apps logos, AI content warnings. Congress is now considering new legislation that could reshape how all social media platforms operate. Proposals on the table include mandatory algorithmic transparency audit, labels for political content and AI-generated media, stricter rules for platforms with ties to foreign adversaries. Cybersecurity analysts say that if you can't see how the algorithmic works, you can't know how who's pulling the strings, and that's a major risk to democracy. Cybersecurity authorities analysts say that if you can't see how the algorithm works, you can't know who's pulling the strings, and that's a major risk to democracy. TikTok's parent company ByteDance has already faced lawsuits and bans in several US states. A broader federal regulatory push now looks more likely than ever. The broader social media debate. Other platforms like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts scenes filming political TikToks. While TikTok is in the spotlight, the issue goes far beyond the one app. Algorithms drives what billions of users see every day across YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, and others. and most operate with minimal public oversight. As elections become more digital and disinformation becomes more sophisticated, lawmakers are struggling to balance the free speech platform's responsibility and national security. First Amendment lawyers say that we are entering a gray zone where digital speech and democratic risks are colliding and regulation needs to catch up fast. TikTok logo fading into American flags. Congress is session youth voting drives. With TikTok's algorithm now under the microscope, the future of the digital influence is at a crossroads. Will lawmakers be able to pull back the curtain on the code behind the content, or will the algorithm remain a black box at the heart of the American political life? TikTok and the algorithm, free speech, fair election, and the fight for transparency. Subscribe for updates on tech regulation, election security, and what's next for social media law.